Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I would suggest starting with my intro video so you could better understand me and my channel as a whole, because this is going to be kind of a secondary intro to a specific aspect of my channel, which is my BPD content. It'd be awesome if everyone wanted to learn more about borderline personality disorder, even if they don't have it, or have symptoms, or know someone who does, but I certainly don't expect that. So if you don't have any interest in the subject, this content may not be for you, but I hope you can find value in my other videos. I'm going to try to make a clear distinction between whether videos are BPD focused or not. But hey, if you want to put these videos on mute or run them in the background from beginning to end to support my channel, I am not going to try and stop you. I need to practice winking. Now, for any of you who are here specifically for the BPD content, I hope you won't limit yourselves to that. Better understanding BPD and feeling understood and practicing BPD-specific treatments are all incredibly important, but I see them as just a few pieces of the healing and recovery puzzle. There are certain pieces, or topics I'll cover, that are directly connected to those main BPD symptom management pieces. But there are many other pieces that contribute to the larger picture of feeling deep satisfaction and fulfillment in life and true love of ourselves. BPD or not, I don't think many people get there. But I'm dedicated to continuing along my journey towards that, and I truly hope that some of the pieces I've found for my puzzle can help you too. But I'm having kind of a mental block on creating BPD-specific content, so I'm making this video to try and clarify some things up front and hopefully move past that. First, as I said in my main intro video, and will definitely repeat because this is a very important disclaimer, I am not a professional. I'm not a doctor, I'm not certified in anything related to mental health, and I do have a bachelor's degree, but it's in biology. I dedicate a lot of time to studying the topics I'll be discussing, and I have my own experience, and I take in a lot of information about the experiences of others, but I am not an expert. I'm still learning, and I think about these topics a lot, but I'm not really used to talking about BPD yet. And articulation is kind of difficult for me sometimes. So I'm putting a lot of effort into these videos. In case it's not obvious by now, I write scripts. So I will make mistakes, and I won't always be clear, and some of my opinions are likely to change as I gain new knowledge. But I will never be lazy or careless with the information I provide, especially not for the sake of pushing out videos or getting views. I take this subject very seriously, and it upsets me to see how carelessly some people speak on the subject as if they're experts. A big reason BPD is so misunderstood is because it is incredibly complex. There are a lot of nuances, and no two cases are the same. There are overlaps and common patterns, which is how we come up with the diagnosis, but every case of BPD is uniquely formed and expressed. Still, a lot of the information you'll find out there is riddled with overgeneralizations, which are often stigmatizing. I've seen this in published literature. I'll talk about this book another day. And informative articles. I see posts from people on social media who have BPD and are reinforcing damaging stigma and misinformation by believing their BPD is the same as everyone else's. It's not. I don't think any of these sources mean harm, but I do think the subject needs to be handled with much more care, which is why I'll repeatedly come back to another disclaimer, that I'm not anyone's personal therapist and I can't speak on your or anyone you know's specific case. I could have taken that path if I wanted to, and I have considered it, but I've made a conscious decision not to become a licensed therapist. I strongly feel like part of my purpose is to help people with my experience and knowledge on this subject. But I don't think traditional career paths in the mental health care system are the best way for me personally to do that. Once I really started to recover and learn more about BPD, I'd go through periods of time where I'd take to the BPD subreddits and try and help people who were there for advice. I was just in one of those periods again, and I feel like I've been in the trenches with how draining it is for me. Not just because I'm putting in the careful effort that I mentioned before into my responses, but also because I empathize so strongly with everyone on there. It's overwhelming, but not surprising, to see how many people are desperate for help. For every one person I respond to, there are 15 others asking similar questions in the same day that'll never see my response. And there are 100 other people with questions I want to respond to, but I don't have the time and mental energy to do so. Instead of getting caught up trying to actively help people directly in the moment all the time, I think putting out videos that people can then access whenever they want or need is the best way I can provide the kind of help I want to. I also am in remission, and there's a lot of other things I want to focus on, so I don't want BPD to constantly be in the foreground of my mind. It has a negative effect on me when I think about it too often. Like many of us, I have a tendency towards obsession, and I need to create some healthy boundaries for myself so I can maintain stability and keep growing. Splitting the focus of my content with non-BPD specific videos should definitely help with that. So I hope this channel can be an effective way for me to support people with BPD without totally sacrificing myself in the process. It's already a lot of work. And it's been difficult adjusting and balancing the time and effort I'm putting into this channel with everything else in my life, especially while still grieving over the recent loss of my dad, which has been getting more difficult lately. But I really want to do this, so I'm doing my best to figure out a way to do it sustainably. It means I'll have to be kind and patient with myself to resist putting too much pressure on putting out content so I can help people as much as I can as quickly as possible when I'm having difficulty doing so. I won't be helping myself or anyone else if I burn myself out. So I will slowly chip away at these videos and over time build a catalog of BPD content. Patience and persistence. If you are interested in seeing more from me, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know exactly when my videos come out. I already have a lot of BPD related content I want to cover, but if you have anything specific you want to hear about, please let me know in the comments. Here's my cat. This is Lolita. We love each other. Would you like to say anything to the people? No? Well, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate your support, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace. I love you so much. She's very tolerant.